What's up, B Crew? Y'all know what to do. Like, comment on this video, and if you want to be down my crew, hit that sub button, and everybody tap that bell so you know every time the girl posts. Now, today I'm doing my first mukbang. Y'all can't see. I got pizza because it's my son's birthday, so we had pizza, and I got one of his little Paw Patrol cupcakes, and I got blue because that's my favorite color, as y'all know. But and smart water, great for pH balance. But I'm in my room right now. Y'all can see my bed right here. I'm on my kids' little mini Paw Patrol table, sitting in one of their little chairs that's hurting my butt because I got a fatty. But I'm in here because honestly, it's probably the only time I'll get alone to do a mukbang, like a real mukbang. I have some ideas for some other ones, but for now, this is what I'm gonna do. So Bay downstairs with the kids, and mommy gonna have some alone time, and I chose to talk to my supporters. And today's topic, and I need y'all to bear with me as I eat because I really haven't ate all day. So I'm gonna try to dig into this pizza and not get my shirt dirty. All right. So today's video, I'm basically gonna be talking about being in the military, like military life. And for those who are wondering, yes, sometimes I buy my pizza, but most of the time I break it off when I'm trying to be cute. So today I'm trying to be cute, so I'm gonna break it off. But being in the military, for those of you who don't know, my husband's been in the military for 6 years, and he officially joined right after, like a month after we got married. We got married in January, and he was in basic training in February. So we didn't really have enough time to be newlyweds before throwing the whole career in there. And back then, we were like, oh, we can handle it. Like, it's cool. No, it's not. Military is a lot. So he's an MP, which is a police officer. And what that basically means is he's gone like 80 to 85% of the time. And that leaves me to be at the house, holding it down, taking care of the kids, or whatever he needs, or that sort of thing. And we just kind of built this system that works for us. And what works for us ain't gonna work for everybody else in the world. And we're okay with that. Like, we decided in the beginning I was gonna be a housewife and go to school. And then eventually I would, get back into a job. Because before he joined the military, it was me, holding down everything, going to work, going to school, being the provider, basically. So he was like, you know what, it's my turn, I'm going to take care of you, and that's it. And I'm like, cool, like, it's going to feel good to take a little break. Then I got pregnant with my daughter right after he got home from basic, and she's in the Army considered a boom baby, because when people either deploy or when they come home, like, from training, most women get pregnant because they've been gone for a long time. Okay, but whatever. So yeah, I got pregnant with her. He didn't want me working while I was pregnant. So then after I got pregnant, or after I had her, I didn't want to be working with a newborn. So I just ended up staying home with her and going to school. Eventually, I dropped out of my first school, and then I just became a mom and a housewife full time. So, I mean, it was cool, but like I said, he's gone 80% of the time. And you already know, like, newborns, toddlers, children, period. Like, being a mom is a full-time job. And being a housewife, whether people realize it or not, is a job within itself, too. So, you are technically married, but you're feeling alone. And I've had a lot of those moments of feeling, like just really alone, sad, and then you're young. I was like in my early 20s, so you're not really communicating that. So I would go back home a lot. And me going back home made me feel more comfortable versus just being with my husband and weighing it out. So I'm feeling comfortable, and he, we're just basically in long distance relationship like we was when we were dating. So it's like, I don't know, like now that I'm in Hawaii, like it was easier to do when I was in Colorado, but now that I live in Hawaii, I can't go home every 2 months or whatever and stay for 6 weeks at a time. Like I have to stay here and just fight through whatever I'm feeling. And now that I have my son, I'm in school again. That's a big jump or whatever. But I've been a housewife, like I said, since 2013, and we're now in 2019. That's 6 years. I'm over it. But I'm not gonna, like, I'm in school now, but I'm not gonna like get a job until we move back closer to my family and I get my kids settled in school and all that first. I mean, it's on the agenda, but as of now, I have just become accustomed to being away. So how do I deal with that? How do I cope with everything? How do I hold everything together? First off, I feel like communication with your partner is the number one thing, because if you're not communicating how you feel, then you're just going to harbor all that emotion. And eventually you're just going to pop and they're going to look at you like, what the hell is wrong with you? Like, you never said you was feeling some type of way, or you never, you know, gave me a sign that you weren't happy, or, whatever. Um, Number two, and my mom gave me this advice, is not to always be caught up in Kevin. And it's like, when you're caught up in your spouse, like you tend to forget about yourself. Or it's like if they're out on work or they get a call to do, something, it's like you're counting down, okay, like when are you coming home? Like, oh, I called you 5 minutes ago and you said you weren't gonna be home. Like, you're so caught up in him, but when you get something that's of yourself and to yourself, like a girlfriend, or, going to school, or having a little part-time job at home, or, whatever the case may be, you won't be so caught up in what he's doing. And it's going to be easier to adjust to him not being home. Okay, sorry. My phone was about to die. I had to put that thing on the charger. But like I was saying, it's like I got used to, doing my own thing. I met some army wives, and they're really hit or miss. Sometimes they're good and sometimes they're not. But I met some of them. My daughter started school, so I was getting out the house more, and he actually changed his line of work. So instead of being in a regular like 9 to 5 type thing, he's like whether you work like days, mids, or swings, you have the set schedule and you have set days where you work. And so he doesn't get called in anymore. He doesn't like he has recalls and stuff like that, but it's not like it is when you're working a line, like actually in a unit. Right now he's in traffic, so it makes it better because his schedule is more set. So we can have, date nights or family nights, because we really don't have a babysitter. But you do different stuff, like just making more time for each other. And now that we're older, we understand the concept of quality time. We understand the concept of family time, and then, like individual time. So if I had to give advice to anybody who's in the military, freshly married, it would definitely just to be to communicate, because if you don't, it could definitely cause a lot of strain in the marriage. And then you add being young to that. Like, there's so many factors that can affect how a marriage works in the military, but those were just the factors for us. We were freshly married. Um, I mean, the military in itself is very demanding. So it's like while I'm over here feeling all this, on my end, I never took the time to think like, what is my husband feeling? Like, how does he cope with being in the military? How does he cope with being away from his family? How does he cope with, working like, I don't want to say a slave, but, like working constant? Like, how does he feel? And it's like, I was really, I guess, in a selfish place because I was so concerned about just me, and what I wanted and, what the family needed and all that. So I guess maturity played a role too. Like I'm not selfish. If anything, I'm more caring to his needs now, and I put myself on the back burner because I know that it's stressful. But the good thing about my husband is that he puts me and the kids first. So it's like I'm putting him first, and the kids are somewhere in between. I'm putting him first, he's putting me first, and then together we put our kids first. So it's like nobody ever lacks. So it definitely can be done. It's hard sometimes, but it's doable. And the last thing that I can really stress about is probably to pray. Like, I'm Christian, and like being away from home and church and all that, I really had to have a steady and growing relationship with God, because at the end, He's going to be there during it all. Like, not my mom, because sometimes I call her, she's not answering. And it's a 6-hour time difference from Indiana to Hawaii. So it's like we always missing each other. But, prayer really helps me get through and helps me feel better, because I know that somebody is always listening. I know that somebody is always, watching over me. And it's like all this work is not going to be in vain. Sometimes it helps me stop to realize, to really look at the blessings that I have in my life. Like, how many people can say that they lived, in Hawaii, or that they've been married for 6 years or 6.5 years or whatever, with 2 beautiful children, and, just different things. Like, it just puts a whole different spin on the problem that you're facing, because there's a lot of women out there who would love to be in my shoes. It's like I hear all the time, oh, I would love for my man to just take care of me, or I would love to just spend that time with my kids, but I couldn't do it because I had to get back to work 6 weeks after they were born or whatever. So it's like now I look at it as I need to spend as much time with my kids as I can now, because the transition we're going to go in, mommy's going to be working too. Mommy's not going to see you every day. I mean, I'm going to see you every day, but I'm not going to see you all day. Like, you're going to be in school, I'm going to be at work, and then we're going to come home, for a little bit, go to sleep, and then do it all over again. So it's like, it's going to be a nice adjustment, but at the end of the day, it's still going to be an adjustment. So for now, why not just, stop and smell the roses? So it's like, I try to be a supportive wife. I try to pray for my husband as much as possible. I probably pray for him more than I pray for myself, simply because there's a lot of people in the military that don't have his best interest at heart, but I know I always will. So I need him to make the right choices. Like, it's really weird how women can depict which people are good for their husband and which aren't. You know what I mean? Like, women always know when a person is being genuine with their husband or when they're not. So I do that a lot. And sometimes he believes me and sometimes he don't. But when it comes back full circle, he definitely be like, dang, they actually listen to you. It's like, mm-hmm. So, you know, now it's not bad. But that's so good. Now he listens and we're just, I mean, I can't really explain it. It's like the military has really made us like better people, because it opens up all the insecurities a person could have, especially if you're in my shoes. Like, my husband's gone 80% of the time. So if I have trust issues, what am I going to do? Just sit around and be pissed all day that he's gone? No. Like, you learn how to face your problems. You learn how to, military teaches you how to face your fears, not only for the soldier, but for the family too. That's why I love when people, like, if we're out or whatever, and they're like, oh, you're military or, whatever. They always, say thank you for your service to my husband, and then they always say thank you for, supporting him to do it. And it's like, I love people who do that, because military families really do endure a lot. And thank God my husband has never had to be deployed yet. But it's like, I mean, it takes a lot for that support system, for the soldier to feel, loved enough or supported enough to even want to go on. Because there's some soldiers out here who don't have that, and they're feeling lonely or suicidal or whatever. So it's like, military life is not, it's not bad, but we don't want it to be our end all be all. Like, we both want to work in the medical field. Military is just a pit stop along the way. So yeah, I mean, that's how I really deal with it. Just to sum it up, just communicate with my husband, my needs, my wants, or whatever. Number two, just do my own thing, like whether it's spending time with the kids, getting some me time, or, just doing, going out to dinner or whatever. Just something that doesn't have to do with my husband. And the third one is prayer. It's probably backwards. Prayer should probably be number one, but that's what helps me cope with the military life. Or when I'm down or, whatever, my kids really play a part in it as well, because there be days where I don't feel like getting out of bed, or, I'm sad that I'm not at home, or my husband's at training or whatever, and their faces, it's just like, oh, come on, mom. It's like, oh my God. Like, like they don't know. It's like, to them, sometimes they get it. My daughter's 5, so it's like she understands, oh, daddy has to go to work. And sometimes daddy is going to miss, my school events or whatever, which he tries really hard not to, but you can't control that. And my son is more so like, oh, daddy go to work. Okay. Like, okay. Sometimes he'll ask, where daddy? But it's like, he doesn't really understand daddy's gone. And my daughter had to adjust to that. And whether my husband likes it or not, they've adjusted to him being gone. But for me, that's a good thing, because when he leaves, I'm the one who has to deal with the tears or the questions, or, the curiosity of where's daddy. But now they are understanding, okay, daddy has to go to work. But to him, it's like, dang, like, it's like out of sight, out of mind type thing. But when he comes in the door, their faces light up. So it's like, it's really, it's I don't know. It's like a bittersweet type situation. Definitely have to find a nice balance to everything because there are times where I want to do family time and Kevin don't want to do family time. He want to do his own time because he's stressed out at work or he, had a long week or, whatever. And I have to be understanding to that or vice versa. There's times where he come home and I'm like, take the kids that have pissed me off all day. And he's understanding to that. So that kind of ties in with the whole communication thing. Just being understanding of one another and having patience with one another and, just finding that right balance of it all. That sums up my first mukbang. I hope that all made sense. I feel like I was kind of, I don't know, rambling or trying to get all my thoughts together. Like, it's just such a broad topic. Like, it's hard to narrow down like everything I feel in a short video. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Tell a friend, tell your mama, tell your auntie, tell your cousins to subscribe to the Brittany Nicole channel because there's so much more coming. I'm struggling with video ideas because it is just me and my husband and my kids. I have so many ideas to do, but they're with my sister who's in Indiana, and I'm not with her until 64 days. So bear with me or give me some video ideas, guys, that me and Bay can do. I see y'all like us together. Y'all getting them views up there, and I appreciate it all. So let me know what y'all want us to do or what you want me to do in the meantime.